Hello friends, welcome back to my gaming channel Neorpo. So let's continue on our gameplay walkthrough of Sherlock Holmes Chapter 1. So in the last video we were outside the uh, cabinet of Thomas Norton, British envoy. He was appointed the British envoy. So we'll be questioning him.
If you're here on matters of signing up for military service, come back tomorrow. Our department needs to straighten out some business.
Observe. Facial hair, no time to shave. Red eyes, didn't sleep last night. Okay. Order of the bath, well owned, never removed. Rumpled clothes, stays at work late. And what else? Oh, hand. Red stain, wine. Okay. Envoy is a party goer. Envoy is in remorse. A red wine stain on the wrist and his unshaven face indicate a lazy attitude towards his duty. The order of the bath looks quite worn off, and the man is proud of it and never takes it off. Wrinkled clothes and red eyes may mean that he didn't return home last night. Instead of work, this man would rather lose himself in depravity and alcohol. And is in remorse. The order of the bath looks quite worn. The man is proud of it and never takes it off. The red stain on his wrist indicate he has recently drank wine. His clothes are wrinkled and he barely bothers to shave, and his red eyes indicate he may suffer from insomnia or deep anxiety. One second. Sorry about that. It looks as if he lives with a nightmare attempting to rid himself of his terrible memories of past mistake. Red eyes didn't sleep last night. Facial hair, no time to shave. Well old, never removed. Stays at work late. If a person who stays at work late, then it's hardly can be said that he is a party goer, right? Wrinkled clothes and red eyes may mean that he didn't return home last night, but I doubt it. Um, but it might be true means from the depicting picture he does look like a party goer kind, but I don't know. Red stain wine, this thing. It says red wine in his wrist and his unshaven face indicate a lazy attitude towards his duty. And this says the red stain on his wrist indicate that he has recently drank wine. So even if he recently drank wine, why would there be a blood? Then sorry, not blood. The wine, why would that be on his hand? I don't know. Let's say what happens. I mean, he's a bad guy. He's depicted as that, right? He has done something bad with the woman. So let's say he's a party goer.
Why are you staring at me like I'm a Madame Tussauds figure? Didn't you hear what I just said?
On my way here, I was wondering whether you might regret what you did. I tried my best to retain at least a shred of faith in humanity. I had hoped that you would hear her scream, see her face in your dreams, or at least once asked yourself how Naylor might feel.
Who?
Neither of my hopes were fulfilled.
Why are you here?
Punch him in the face. So the photograph. Let's do this.
You defiled a girl who was with child. Don't even pretend that you regret what took place. Do you wonder why I came here? It is because I am disgusted with people like you, and the only way in my mind to rid the world of your ilk is to see you hanging from the gallows.
All right, all right. Is it about money, as
Yes.
you said in the letter? I have it, all right? There's no need for violence.
I've never written a single word to you. As you can see, I have a more direct approach.
That letter, it wasn't from you. So what do you want?
Answers, to start with.
Fine. I suppose now we have a nice long talk. Do you drink, Mr.
Sherlock Holmes. And I do.
Shame. All the best discussions are accompanied by a glass of whiskey. But out of respect for you, I won't drink either.
Respect? That's an unusual word in your mouth, Mr.
Where are my manners? My name is Thomas Norton, a British envoy in Cordona on a military mission. So, where do we start?
Who is blackmailing you?
You mentioned blackmail. Tell me about it.
All right. A couple of days ago, I received an anonymous letter. It said that in the art gallery at Caravansary there exists a painting that incriminates me. The blackmailer made it clear that if there is a painting, then a photograph exists too. And I should be wary of what it might do to my reputation.
What does the blackmailer want from you?
Money, of course. What else do such people want? Needless to say, I don't remember anyone taking photographs at the party.
Party
Until
goer.
the last moment,
Exactly.
I hoped he was bluffing. But he wasn't, as you've just proven to me.
Show me the letter.
I burnt it as soon as I read it. I've left enough evidence. There's no need for any more.
What happened at the party?
So, let's return to the beginning. What happened at the party?
I vaguely remember that night. As usual at such parties, you meet people, you talk with them, they invite you to spend some time alone with them. What can I say? I got myself mixed up with the wrong company, and somebody must have mixed some psychoactive substance in my drink. After that, it's all blurry. I completely lost my sanity. I made a terrible mistake which I regret deeply.
You don't say. Do refugee girls often appear on the menu at those types of parties?
It's rather rare.
So you didn't attend the party to engage in an exotic experience involving a vulnerable woman unable to accuse you of assault.
I would never have planned such a terrible thing. What happened was just bad circumstance.
You tried to steal the painting?
The painting that depicted you in the image of the devil was stolen by a mercenary. Did you have anything to do with it?
I might be a rotten person, sir, but hiring criminals for illicit purposes is not in my daily schedule.
And buying the painting in an attempt to hide the crime, is that on your daily schedule?
What would you do in my situation?
I would never put myself in such a situation.
You're young. I could never have imagined myself in my current position, yet here I am in front of you. We all make mistakes, Mr. Holmes, and I'm no exception.
Did you know Mercurio?
Boniface Mercurio, does the
Mercurio.
name mean anything to you?
He's an artist, right?
The one responsible for the painting that compromises you. I found him dead in his room.
Oh, that is bad. Wait, you don't think that I have anything to do with this?
You had motive to kill him.
Maybe I did, but listen. I know how this looks, but murder? That's on another level. I had thoughts that this Mercutio...
Mercurio.
Well, him, yes, I thought he could have been the blackmailer. But I was too afraid to make any hasty decisions. There were plenty of ways to fail by making a move, so I chose to wait. To see what he would do next. You have to believe me.
I don't believe people, I believe evidence.
Then look at the evidence. Mr. Holmes, I've built my entire career on hard work and uncompromising dedication to the Crown. I made a mistake, but I'm not a villain from some cheap adventure fiction. By putting me behind bars, you will benefit precisely no one.
Rotting in prison is the least you deserve, but I have a better idea. You will make amends and help the ones you hurt.
Help the refugees, help Neela. Help the refugees.
Use your connections to help patriate the refugees, find them decent homes, give them jobs. There must be a meaning to your position and my decision.
Yes, all right, I can do that. So, will you give me the photograph now?
That's not all.
Help. Okay, I can do both. That's
Layla
good.
deserves the very utmost of what you can do.
Help the girl? I can't risk the press paying extra attention to her. I will do anything except that.
I need to think this all through. Don't do anything foolish in the meantime.
What makes you think you can decide what's best for these people?
Such is the arrogance of British imperialism. I take your point.
Come on, it's not like we've got anything better to do.
The mine palace is blinking, so there are stuffs to be done. Okay. I'll have to go to this also next. Envoy's testimony. The envoy said he was at the party, but was drugged, so he barely remembers the event. He received a letter from an anonymous person who blackmailed the envoy, extorting money in exchange for the photograph. The envoy also claims that he did not hire the thief, nor is he responsible for Mercurio's death, but he tried to buy the painting because he was afraid of losing his social position. He claims himself guilty but proposes a deal. If I bring him the photograph, he will help the refugees. Next up is this one.
Have you decided yet?
Nope, not yet. The thug tried to drag the girl away. The thug didn't hurt the girl. The thug wanted to kidnap the girl. The thug came intending to kidnap the woman. He had an opportunity to kill her, but that wasn't his goal. A henchman, not merely a thief. He is not merely a thief, but also a kidnapper. A henchman who takes on various roles. Neela is the woman from the photograph. The envoy offered to help the refugees in exchange of the photograph. The photo will ruin the envoy's career. System sufferers. All refugees are victims of the system. The situation they are in must and can be mended. The photo will ruin Envoy's career. If the assault comes to public attention, the Envoy's career is finished. The Envoy wants to hide the proof. The Envoy's interest in the photograph is pragmatic. If he obtains it, nothing will threaten his reputation. The Envoy wants to secure his reputation. The British Envoy violated Neela, the refugee, during the party. Were the photographs of the crime to be released to ruin his career, or perhaps I could use that leverage to help the refugee camp. Merciless justice, smaller evil for the greater good. I would like to do this, but this also does go for the greater good. Let's do this one first. Nicole Bernadotti. Main office, Southeastern Scaladio Bazaar Road, near the crossing with Roman Road. Sorry about that. Southeastern Scaladio Bazaar Road. Hmm. Bazaar Road. This is Bazaar Road. Near the crossing with Roman Road. Where is Roman Road? This is Roman Road. And this is the crossing with Roman Road. We can run there, right? Yeah. There's nothing, no way, other way to do also. Let's go there. Scaladio Bookshop. Where is this bookshop? Oh, this one.
All fresh issues are sold out.
Just to buy newspaper, I guess. Harbor Master Building. Luxury furniture trader.
Refresh your interior. Pick what you like. My goods will brighten up your house.
Sturdy bed. Cold and wooden, just like your father. Globe, a great take talking point to your next class at Earth Convention. And I have a dressing table, but I don't have enough money to buy that.
Enjoy your purchase. Exquisite furniture for your home.
Clothing trader. Church of St. Peter. Southeastern Scaladio Bazaar Road. So near here is the office.
Excuse me, just one question.
Oh, sir, I'm afraid I don't know about that.
Nice to see you. Hello.
Is this familiar to you?
A solid question, sir, but I don't have the answer.
Stay down.
Excuse me, just one question.
I can't help you with that, sir.
I don't know. Let's dress up as a worker. I believe this is the location. I want to make sure I am in the correct way. This should be the way, I don't know. Let's read it carefully. Near the crossing with Roman Road.
Are you able to help me?
Sorry, pal, I can't remember.
Here it is, Vendorty Limited. This is it, Bernard Doty Limited.
It seems they're not expecting guests.
I won't wait for an invitation, John.
Okay, 1 second. So I need to find another way in.
These workers don't look like your average Cordona folk.
They're refugees from the camp.
So many goods here. Let's find something illegal.
Porcelain friend for every child.
Okay.
This earthenware came a long way from the Staffordshire potteries.
So many goods here. Let's find something illegal.
An essential remedy against
That's
sea
our way
scourge
in,
on
Sherry.
any ship.
I'll go there, but I first need to check if there is anything else.
Shipped from Cape Town. The wine route from colony to colonies. Bernadotte doesn't miss an opportunity to occupy every niche in the market.
You go talk to that beef. I'll sneak up from behind and take him out. Come on, Sherry. It's time to act.
Hey, yo. This is private property. You lost something.
Want to see Mr. Bernadotte.
I'm here to discuss business with Mr. Bernadotte. I tried the front door, but...
Mr. Bernadotte isn't seeing anyone. You have 3 seconds to walk away or you'll never walk again. Capito?
It's in Mr. Bernadotte's best interest to...
1.
Listen, the man Bernadotte sent to...
2.
I did try to resolve this peacefully.
Now there will be a fight, obviously.
Too simple.
I'm coming.
Where are they? Okay, this guy is hiding out.
Don't...
The snuff's ready.
Get ready for some pain.
Too simple.
Give him the pepper snuff.
Don't
Okay.
cry, live.
And he's down.
No more crime for you and...
The snuff's ready.
I couldn't miss the party.
And he's down.
Cry, you'll live.
Give him the pepper snuff.
I'm coming.
Too simple.
Okay.
Don't Don't bother moving. You've lost.
And all of them arrested.
You've disappointed me so much, Sherlock.
Okay, he might have wanted a stealthy way to get in. Maybe I could have dressed up as a gang member and got in. The perfect team indeed. Oh, we came back out. We were not supposed to do that.
Sherry, look! This seems familiar.
Hello, sir.
No, sir. Don't hurt me.
It's all right. I won't harm you.
Like you didn't harm the folks on the way here.
An
Okay.
amazing piece of culture. I imagine many collectors and museums would be interested in having it.
Let's see what he's showing us. Oh, the painting.
Let's see what's hidden there.
This is the painting.
Vogel's stolen painting. Isn't it curious how it developed into a much more interesting case?
Okay.
Masks, traditional for the Chokwe people of Central Africa. A Dogon statue from West Africa. A century old at least.
And what else?
VH Grindley Flow Blue tableware. This is what lies behind the facade of Bernadotte Company Limited.
Smuggled artifacts.
Don't come any closer. One step and I'll shred you to pieces.
Go ahead. No one will find your body. Let's say that.
Keep standing in my way and no one will ever see you again.
Righto. Yes. Yep. Well, excuse me, sir. I think I hear... I've got to... It's better I leave.
Whoa. Oh, wow. That was as if somebody put my words in your mouth.
Who was that even? Maybe one of his goons? A logistics guy who maybe doesn't know much about fighting resources.
This is it. This is where all the magic happens.
Accounting. Cordona, 1875.
I suppose it's Mr. Bernadotte with our fine governor. 1875. It's taken a few years back. John, how many people in Cordona have a photograph with the governor, do you think?
You definitely don't have one.
The The Bernadotte Company Limited trade network reaches the most distant colonies of the Great Empire.
It must be very convenient for a man like Bernadotte.
Please don't shoot me. I have a family.
I'm not here to shoot you.
So, you've cut through all the guards just to talk to me. Then come here, and we shall talk.
Spare me.
A lot of paperwork, waybills, legal. Expensive paper, City Hall employee, invitation to ball. Oh, this is the front door. Photograph of a little girl, relative.
Sherry, don't you think this office suits me?
Quite a collection.
Whenever you're ready. I'd hate to intrude.
Observe. Gang tattoo, different from others. Hardened hands, doesn't shun dirty work. Damaged skin, had pellagra. Hustler pistol, cold-blooded. Nothing down to the boots, this hand. Wedding ring, married. Calculating mastermind, ruthless crime lord. Niccolo Bernardetti is a harsh gang member and calculating businessman. He anticipates danger by keeping his gun near him, but still holds it in the hostel. Bernardetti is descends from a working class. Being raised in a poor family, he had to work in the field at a young age. Hard work under his son and bad nutrition led to his suffering from pellagra. He overcame the disease, but its effects still show on his skin. Despite being financially comfortable now, he still dispenses himself from high life, keeping his clothing and appearance quite conservative. He distances himself from high life. I doubt that because he met the mayor, right? Bernardetti and his men have different tattoos in the same style. The tattoos are probably a code that represents different ranks within a tightly structured and secretive criminal organization. Niccolo Bernardetti is a cruel gang leader who isn't afraid to getting his hands dirty to show off his position of power. A hard worker in the youth, Bernardetti grew hatred towards the work around him. He continuously expects trouble and is always ready to make some. Raised in a poor family, he has worked in fields for a young age. This led to suffering from pellagra, the effects of which shows in his skin. He refuses to hide this under fancy clothes. He might have always remember his motives and identity were born. Bernardetti and his men have different tattoos in the same style. The tattoos are most probably a code that represents different ranks within an organized, tightly structured and secretive criminal organization. Ruthless crime lord, calculating mastermind. I would say ruthless crime lord because this does not match that. He distances himself from the high life because he has made the mayor. Okay, let's say ruthless crime lord.
Bad news. The thug you sent to the refugee camp only succeeded in stabbing himself. His next and final journey will be to the morgue.
Hold your horses. Who the hell are you?
Sherlock Holmes. And you are Niccolo Bernadotti, a smuggler, kidnapper, and notorious cutthroat, among other things.
Few men would dare waltz into my office and address me like that. You are either overconfident or unintelligent. This is private property. Give me one reason why I should not shoot you on the spot. I am sure my friends at the station would call it self-defense.
Do you know Boniface Mercurio?
Mr. Bernadotti, do you know the name Boniface Mercurio?
I do not.
Mercurio was a local artist. Recently, a man broke into his apartment, ransacked the place, and killed him. The thief was looking for something.
You are testing my patience, boy.
In a moment, the connection will reveal itself.
Your man died at the camp.
As I said, your man was found dead in the refugee camp. He was there to kidnap a woman, but the other refugees intervened to try and save her. The ensuing scuffle resulted in the man's accidental suicide. He sported the same tattoo as your men in this building. In fact, it also bears a resemblance to the one on your neck. Care to explain what business your man had with this woman?
You have no idea what you are talking about. I can assure you this was no kidnapping. The refugees in the camp are on edge. What happened there is a tragic accident, one I am not responsible for.
For what reason was your man there if not to abduct her?
Why would I answer? You are yet to justify your presence in the slightest.
I'm investigating a robbery.
I was hired, privately, to investigate the recent theft of a painting from an art gallery. My investigation led me to a man from your organization, and thus, to you, Mr. Bernadotti.
That is quite a stretch. Why would I need to steal a painting when I could buy anyone I wanted?
Interestingly enough, I spotted the stolen painting in your storeroom.
I buy and sell a lot of things, Mr. Holmes. Unfortunately, if this is true, it is not the first time I have been sold stolen merchandise. I presume you were hired by the owner of the gallery. Tell them to contact me, and we'll sort out the situation. So, this painting is why you broke into my office. So many words, so little action. When you barged into my office, Mr. Holmes, I got the impression you wanted to talk business. Now I see you had come just to talk. Tell me exactly what you want, or get out.
It was necessary groundwork for what comes next. I have enough evidence to conclude that the gallery thief, the artist's killer, and the dead man in the camp are all the same person.
Your time is almost up, Mr. Holmes.
Before you draw your gun, there is one final detail I am yet to mention. The young woman your man was tasked to collect from the refugee camp had been defiled at a perverse masquerade party. That violation was captured in a photograph by Boniface Mercurio and used as a reference for his painting. The photo shows the attacker's face.
Finally. That's why you're here, Mr. Holmes. You have the photograph.
It is what your man was after when he broke into Mercurio's apartment, and it is what you're after too, isn't it, Mr. Bernadotti?
You have the photograph with you. How much do you want for it?
I am not naive enough to carry it with me, but I am yet to decide what I shall do with it. I know the man in the photo is a British envoy. What interest do you have in his downfall?
I must admit, I am rather impressed by how comprehensively you have pursued this matter. And so, you deserve the honest answer. My business dealings are often arduous in their bureaucracy. A man in his position, willing to look the other way, could ease my work significantly. In return, I will make sure no one looks his way either. A favor for a favor.
Also known as blackmail, the modus operandi of any true professional.
It was not originally my idea. Mercurio set things in motion, extorting the envoy for the most trivial of ends. Money. In response, the envoy hired my man to retrieve the painting and the photograph, eliminating Mercurio's leverage. I only learned the whole story after the artist was killed in his home.
And rather than extricate yourself, instead you took over Mercurio's venture.
It fell into my lap. As a businessman, I simply seized the opportunity. Now, how much do you want for the image?
Smuggled artifacts.
I could not help but appreciate the collection of smuggled artifacts in your storeroom. You have rather diversified your business.
Oh, high and mighty of you, Mr. Holmes. Not all smuggling is immoral. I pay generous rates to developing cultures and spread their culture to eager buyers. And furthermore, I supply many immigrants with a taste of home.
A very convenient way of thinking.
I have traveled wildly, Mr. Holmes. I've seen people in far-flung lands for whom my services are a lifeline. Without them, they would starve. The tax on cargo is often so absurd that it would be more profitable to simply sink your ship than dock it in the harbor. And trust me, I am speaking from experience.
Why did you need this girl?
Why did you send your man to remove the woman from the camp?
Without a photograph, her testimony was the next best thing. Securing her was in everyone's interest. Victims and witnesses all too often disappear. I thought the girl was safer with us. I did not anticipate what would happen at the camp.
Refugees at your
I
warehouse.
saw refugees from the camp at your warehouse. They work for you.
I have made certain arrangements with City Hall and the police. Thanks to me, refugees can work and be paid. It's a pathway to freedom.
And how much do you save by capitalizing on their cheap labor?
I have heard no complaints. They seem happy just to get out of that slum.
Say I give you the photo.
Why should I give you the photograph?
Just name your price.
What if my price were not money? You claim to have connections, Mr. Bernadotte. Perhaps you could improve conditions for the refugees. Give them a chance for a better life.
Ha! I do have connections, Mr. Holmes, but help the whole camp? You are asking too much. I could, however, make arrangements for one person. The woman who was violated will have her own home outside the camp, solely for her and her child. She will no longer be a refugee, but a princess. That I can guarantee.
Is that really possible?
It will be neither fast nor easy, but I can do it. She deserves it, don't you agree? And as for her abuser, he will serve me, as much as he deserves.
So, in your plan, everybody will be given their due. Especially you, Mr. Bernadotte.
Seems like a fair deal, no? I doubt anyone could offer you better. Simply give me the photograph, and the world becomes a better place. I give you my word.
Okay, but I think all evidence is collected. 1 second. Okay, so everyone wants to their advantage, but they're but what they are speaking, he and the other guys are contrasting. That other guy said he was blackmailed for the photo, he was drugged and stuff like that, and this guy is saying that that other guy had first the painter hired them first, then the other guy hired them, something like that. Okay, I can't explain, but you get the idea. Envoy's testimony. Yes, the envoy said he was at the party, but he was dragged, so he barely remembers the event. He received a letter from an anonymous person who blackmailed the envoy, extorting money in exchange for the photograph. The envoy also claims he did not hire the thief, nor is he responsible for Mercurio's death. But he tried to buy the painting because he was afraid of losing his social position. He claims himself guilty but proposes a deal. If I bring him the photograph, he will help the refugees. Bernadotte Company Limited main office. The front door to Bernadotte Company Limited office is closed. We should find another way. There is a warehouse adjacent to the office building. The backyard of the warehouse is busy with a lot of cargo and workers moving around. The workers in the backyard are the refugees from the camp. There are sealed crates marked VH Grintley Flow Blue tableware. Some crates are stuffed with toys, some crates are full of lemons, the barrels are filled with wine. Markings suggest South African origins. The only way is guarded, so we either storm in or find a way for the guard to let us in. Stolen painting from the gallery. A painting depicting the naked woman in the embrace of the devil, found in Vendroti Company Limited warehouse. This is the painting created by Boniface Mercurio and the one stolen from Werner Vogel's art gallery. However twisted the imagery is, Mercurio's mastery is undeniable. He might become a renowned artist on par with the greatest, but now we will never know. Smuggled artifacts. Various objects of ancient art stored in the Bernardotti Company Limited warehouse. The artifacts are mostly of African origin. The sculpture of African Dogon culture depicts human in simplified, almost geometrical forms. The prolonged oval mask of Chokwi culture might represent both feminine beauty and death. This is a character portrait. Bernardotti's offer. Mr. Bernardotti claims that the British Envoy had sent the man to obtain both the painting and the photograph from Mercurio. Okay. But when things at the flat got out of control, he came to Mr. Bernardotti for help. Wait. Claims that British Envoy had sent his man to obtain both from Mercurio. But when things at the flat got out of hand, he came to Mr. Bernardotti for help. Furthermore, Bernardotti claims he never ordered anyone to be harmed. Bernardotti's man was originally hired by the British Envoy, the defiler captured on the photograph. Being blackmailed by Mercurio, the Envoy wanted to obtain the evidence against him. Now Bernardotti wants to use the photograph to blackmail the Envoy. Bernardotti offers me a deal. I give him the photograph so he can blackmail the British Envoy, and in return Bernardotti will obtain and the legal citizenship for the abused refugee woman and a child. Now in Bernardotti's statement I found a loophole. He tells that Mr. the envoy, British envoy, sent a man to Mercurio's flat, but when things got out of hand, he went to Bernardotti, and Bernardotti sent his man at the camp. So, which means Bernardotti's man never went to Mercurio's flat. Rather, the envoy's man went to flat. But we have some proof that tells that it is the same person who went to the Mercurio's flat and the refugee camp. So I don't know, it feels Bernardotti is lying, right? So let's move on to the here. Neela is the woman. The stolen painting Bernardotti's offer. Bernardotti promised to give a home to the abused woman if I give him the photograph. Victim of violation. Neela was violated and very nearly kidnapped. First of all, I must make sure she and her baby are secured. And the other system suffers. All refugees of the victim are victims of the system. The situation they are in must and can be mended. The envoy wants to secure his reputation. Stolen painting, Bernardotti's offer. Blackmail material. Bernardotti wants to gather proof of the envoy's crimes in order to blackmail him. Bernardotti wants to blackmail the envoy. Mr. Bernardotti knows how to turn a situation to his advantage. When he learned of the envoy's forcible violation, he saw an opportunity to gather greater power. He has offered me a deal, the photograph in exchange for the happy life of Nila. No, I can for once trust the envoy, but not him. He will get the photograph and even not help her. I feel like that. Merciless justice, unexpected collaboration. The envoy is despicable and Barandot is trying to take advantage of the situation. I cannot trust either of them. Only the truth will resolve matters. I must give the photograph to Vogel so he can make everything public. Yes. So like the envoy will also get justice, means will be caught, and he also. Okay. Let me Bernard is unexpected collaboration. Bernard is a steady businessman, but his promise to arrange a happy life for Nila and her child was conceiving. That is what truly matters now. Give Bernard the evidence and to blackmail the envoy. The thing is, instead, if I go for the smaller evil for the greater good, they will get help, the refugees. But these guys need to be punished. I would like to make a save. And I'm sorry, but my choice would be merciless justice.
Sherry, don't you think this office suits me?
The front door's now open, sir. You can leave through it. If you want, of course.
Okay. I'll go and talk to Vogel then. This is Vogel's art gallery, right? Let's fast travel here. If I go on to help the people also, like 2 men.
Mr. Holmes, you've returned. Have you uncovered anything new about the theft?
Okay, so if I even like go on to help the refugees at the camp also, but 2 criminals will go unpunished. Although the crime lord Bernadotti will go unpunished because he's a crime lord, but still. This is my choice to give him the photo.
I've brought news, but not all of it will please.
Fill me in, Mr. Holmes. I won't shoot the messenger.
Mercurio is dead.
I tracked down Boniface Mercurio.
I presume he wasn't delighted about the situation.
He was not having a good day on account of his murder. Killed in his own flat by the same person that stole his painting.
Oh, sweet Mercurio, perishing in the pursuit of his art. How apt. I will miss his exceptional sense of humor.
The thief is dead.
I located the thief, but found him rather cold. He was tight-lipped about the painting, too.
Huh, he's dead. How very droll, Mr. Holmes. One presumes you were not responsible.
It was an accident at the refugee camp. He impaled himself on his own knife.
Life is nothing if not cruel and capricious. What about the stolen painting? Have you located it?
Bernadotti has the
I found the
other.
painting, but I could not retrieve it.
Well then, where is it?
In Bernadotti's office.
Bernadotti? That shady businessman? Why would he steal it from me?
I'm afraid you'll have to ask him yourself.
I take it you found something more then.
I found a photo.
I found the source of Mercurio's artistic inspiration. A photograph. What troubled me was that the sexual act captured was non-consensual.
She was violated? Dear God, how despicable.
Her abuser was in fact the British envoy. Mercurio took a picture of him committing the atrocity and then used it as artistic inspiration.
I had no idea a mere break-in would eventually expose such barbarity.
Mr. Vogel, I want you to make everything public, including the photograph. I'm sure you have a connection at the Cordona Chronicle.
Ah, Mr. Holmes. Loyal to your own truth till the end. Yes, I'm acquainted with the staff of the Chronicle. The story is sensational, and will surely draw attention to the gallery. But you must be aware that exposing the scandal will further hurt the victim. Does that not bother you?
No matter what one does, the truth tends to come out, as well it should. I won't be the one to stand in its way.
Though it's only your subjective truth being exposed. Not that I'm judging. It's perfectly reasonable for everyone to have their own views.
When you called me, you knew exactly what you would...
Oh, but I'm not like you, Mr. Holmes. I cannot be sure of anything. Regardless, I must thank you, for art's sake. Well, now that we've resolved all of our outstanding matters, I have a gift for you. I took the liberty of having it delivered to Stonewood Manor. I am told it belonged to your mother.
What is it?
And what exactly have you sent me?
Frankly, I'm not sure how to answer that. I trust you'll know.
About my mother.
Previously, you mentioned there may have been more to my mother's passing than consumption. It appears you were right.
Oh dear. I'd hoped to be wrong.
She was unstable, mentally unwell. She required sustained specialized treatment, but her madness persisted.
I knew that Violet had disappeared from the public eye, but had no idea of her suffering. I cannot imagine what you're feeling.
I'm fine.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Vogel. I am curious to see what you have procured.
Okay, but that last thing bothered me. That what she told, that this will hurt the victim too. Like this news going on in the press will, like, people will be going to see her. Everyone will know about that. She will be more in a bad state. But I still feel her abusers also should be punished. I don't know, whatever. I have made my decision. Before I go back to Stonewood Manor, since I have got some money again, I'll go here and get the furniture.
Treasure maps from the governor. Find 8 and come back.
Refresh your interior. Pick my goods will brighten up your house.
Dressing table. Witness firsthand the existential horror of aging.
Enjoy your purchase.
Okay, all that's done. Nothing here. There is still something to be gained here. So let's fast travel here. Southern Grand Sari. Sure.
Masterpieces by local artists at an affordable price. My goods will brighten up your house.
Cordona landscape just like outside, but without all the murder.
Enjoy your purchase. Make your garden cozier with our goods. Sorry, I have nothing to offer you at present.
Okay, looks like I've brought all the stuffs I can at the moment. There's something at the Cordona Chronicle. Let's go there. Another case from Minecraft? Who knows?
I wish to be alone. Killed with one perfect shot to each eye. Can you imagine?
What are they talking about? Find out what the incredible murder of Stay Home after sunset. Precise hits, gang war, rich man dispute, blinded. Precise hits, blinded.
Killed with one
In old ruins. Blinded. Precise hits. People are talking about a man who was killed in the old ruins on the southwestern side of the Grand Sari. Apparently both his eyes were shot out. That strange cruelty, but is worth investigating. Blindsided. New case. That icon was for this one. This new case, blindsided. Maybe. Okay, it's no longer there. That means that is for this one. Let's just look for this one, but I'll do it later. Eyes wide shut. People are talking about a man who was killed in the old ruins at the southwestern side of Grand Sari. Apparently both his eyes are shot out. That's strange cruelty, but it's worth investigating. Old old ruins on the southwestern side of Grand Sari. I'll just fast travel there and then stop. This is old ruins. Okay, let's fast travel here. It is even closer to my Stonewood Manor too. Okay, I would like to stop here. I will continue from here in the next video. Bye bye.